Would you look at that? $4. Today's pocket dump, we have an axe. Welcome back to another episode of the monthly pocket dump. This time it's for February, my birthday month, and I wanted to spice things up for this specific video. So I've been reading through a bunch of your guys' comments, and it looks like you guys want to see more budget options with these EDC loadouts. So today's plan is to basically go to different stores and see if we can load up this Data Crew Water Slider EDC pouch. I'm gonna try to be as budget efficient as possible and then see if we can find like a flashlight, multi-tool, maybe a pry bar, a knife, and then a few other things. But yeah, the goal is to basically load this thing up to the brim with the most budget efficient EDC items we can possibly get. I'm gonna go meet up with Balin right now, and then we're gonna head over to those stores. Let's get it.
So we have pocket carry, the Arius,
the flipper delete, nice.
And then got my AG pouch, yep. Sporting the CXG, Bonesy, SBG, and then stacks, and then obviously ours. And inside we have the Raptor, the Refine, EP1, the Zerg Fulcrum. Got the Accomplice back there. From a flashlight, a Zippo, and a beer bomb with the Mokutai.
Mokutai what?
Yoshizaki?
Yoshizaki.
Yeah, you don't know how to say it? It's
Yoshi B. The goal today, Balin, is to find budget EDC gear to put into the Water Slider for February pocket dump. We're at Shields right now, just pulled up, and we're gonna go in there to see if we can find some tools to fill up the Water Slider. Balin, go ahead, open this up. If you guys haven't already seen the Water Slider review, I'll leave a link in the description below, but this is what we need to load out or pack up. So there's two pockets here. There's a front pocket here with some Velcro, a big back pocket right here. So the goal is to basically find the most budget efficient EDC items that we can put in here that are all going to be different, whether that be a Swiss Army knife, a multi-tool. I have some field notes with some of the items that we're trying to hunt down, and then yeah, let's go inside.
This video is brought to you by my friends over at Zydax. Fun fact, I used to work at Zydax for about 10 years before pursuing my passion here on YouTube. They specialize in building custom gaming and workstation computers. So if you're an avid gamer, a content creator, if you like to edit things, then Zydax is the place to go. Now, what makes their PCs truly unique is they include a lifetime warranty. They cover all parts, labor, service, remote support, and most importantly, future upgrades. That means if you plan to keep your computer for 5 to 10 years, then you can trade in your old hardware for new parts. As long as you don't slash your new computer with your knife or throw it into a pool of water, you're pretty much covered. These PCs are total pieces of art, and I wouldn't be able to do what I do here on YouTube without this monster of a computer. Go to Zydax.com right now and chat with the build specialist, and they can help you customize your next PC. Let them know Everyday Minimalist sent you, and thank you so much to Zydax for supporting the channel. Let's get back to the video.
It's your next quad. Right
there. One of those and put a motorcycle engine in it.
Look at that suspension. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Solid plastic wheels. Ooh.
Michelin Sport. Or Michelin, I don't know, KM2s? KM3s? So we have to go over there. That's where all the knives are. See if they got anything. Or multi-tools. Who knows? We got some Cobra Tech. Want some Cobra Tech?
No.
We got some Kershaw. Benchmade is over here, I think. Yeah. Benchmade stand. Do they have a new bug out gold class?
I think guess so.
Shields usually gets a bunch of stuff in. So
Infidels, Infidel Mini, Autocrats. What is this one?
Phaeton? That's been out for a while now.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay. Well, here's the budget-friendly stuff. We got Kershaws everywhere. We got an old timer.
Buck 110.
What?
It's $40 to $32.
So I just found the Gerber dime for 25 bucks. The Gerber dime has a lot of history, so we'll pick this thing up. I don't have one in the collection. In today's pocket dump, we have an axe going into a Data Crew What a Slider. Got some flashlights, of course. They have the Streamlight Micro Street. I mean, I've put that in too many videos, so this would be my #1 pick, if anything. This right here, the Phoenix E12. I think that'll fit pretty well. Okay, next we need to find an SFK or DFK, whatever you call them. Let's go find it. Would you look at that? We got some nuts, guys. It's called the Equalizer keychain, but this is perfect for the What a Slider. So, I mean, $4, this is not bad. I don't know if your guys' local Shields or sporting goods place will have this. Do some damage. We're inside an ice fishing tent inside Shields. And we found these 3 items at Shields. So we've got, what is this? The Equalizer, double finger nuck. We've got the Phoenix E12 V 2.0 and then the Gerber dime. So the Gerber dime was like, what, $25? This is like $30 or $29.99. $4, which brings us up to what? $58.
Quick math.
$58, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna head over to Cabela's and see if we can find some things. They might have some chapstick down there. I wanted to add that in there because that's like $1 or $2. And then we'll find a secondary knife to throw into the pouch. So let's get it. All right, we are at Cabela's now and we need to go in, find a knife and possibly some chapstick. We're trying to hunt down a knife under $40. I'm sure they're gonna have like CRKT and then a few other brands in there. So we'll go explore inside Cabela's and bring you guys along with. All right, let's see what they got. So they've got some MMPs for 30 bucks. Spider coat, look at that. This is the worst knife ever. Hands down, don't buy it. Options are the CRKT Polar, this guy, which would fit. LCK Plus, that's not gonna fit. We've got the Squid, which would fit. Between these two, either go Polar or Squid. Dylan, which one do you want?
I think the Polar. It's
I already have
$5
one of
more,
those on.
but I think it's better.
Or the Squid because it's so popular. We'll save some money, because that was a goal. We'll save some money and get the Squid. We're just gonna find someone. Let's check out and then head back to the studio, unbox everything, see if it all fits in the What a Slider. And we are back in the studio, ready to go. I think we were successful, guys. The goal was to spend under $100 to fill up this Data Crew What a Slider EDC pouch. Now, of course, the $100 that we spent are on items that are going inside the pouch and not including the pouch or Ranger Eyes itself. Just to recap, we went over to Shields, picked up a few items as well as Cabela's to find a knife. So we've got all that stuff here in front of me. Let's go ahead and show you guys what I got. So the first thing is going to be the Gerber dime. This thing came in at $25. It's a multi-tool. I don't have much experience with it just because this is the first time owning one. After that, we've got the $30 Phoenix E12 EDC flashlight. This thing is pretty small. I think this is gonna be pretty decent. It takes a AA battery and it looks like it comes with a pretty decent one as well. Next up is a super funny item, but I thought I would just pick it up, and it's called the Equalizer, and this is a double finger nuck. It's made out of plastic. It's pretty thin. Came in at $4, made in the USA apparently, but hopefully this thing fits well within the What a Slider. I'm pretty confident it will. So these 3 items were from Shields. The next thing is going to be our knife, and that's going to be the CRKT Squid. It looks like this thing came in at about $30, which isn't too bad for this knife. I've owned a squid in the past and then gave it away, so it's kind of cool to have one back in the collection. We'll open it up and show you what it's all about. Last but not least is going to be a stick of chapstick. Because it's so dry here in Utah, I thought that adding a $1 to $2 thing of chapstick would be really beneficial, and I know for a fact that this would fit in the What a Slider. So let's start off with the Gerber Diamond, unbox this thing. This is literally the first time that I've handled one of these. This box is absolutely terrible. Let's just get right into it. Oh my god. Okay. They're using like this clamshell plastic, and I hate this stuff, but we've got it out now, and this thing looks like it's a pretty decent size. This bad boy is spring loaded in terms of the plier mechanism. This thing does have a built-in bottle opener, so of course you can just use this to take off any bottle caps. What was really interesting in the store was seeing that this thing came with scissors. Does this bad boy lock in? It looks like it does. Of course, this is not going to be something that you're going to be using to cut like paracord or anything like that, but if you need it in a pinch, you've got a pair of scissors. So you've got a retail package opener. We'll probably just test that out on the E12 here when we unbox it. It also has a flathead screwdriver, of course, and yeah, I mean, overall, this tool is pretty decent. First impressions, it was only $30, and it's very compact. This might be a really good tool to have when I'm out and about, maybe camping, or if I need to screw on like a camera plate, stuff like that. It kind of replaces the pry bar that we're missing in this setup. Okay, so this is the tool for opening up retail packages. Let's see how well it does on the Phoenix E12 flashlight. Oh, this actually is pretty effective, maybe-ish. Can we just cut the flashlight? I literally slashed my thumb with the packaging. That is ridiculous. Okay. Clamshell plastic, worst stuff ever invented. Let's read off some specs on the package. So you've got a high, medium, and low setting, anywhere between 160, 30, and 5 lumens. In terms of intensity, on the high mode, you've got 1133 candela, 185 at the medium setting, and then 31 candela on the low settings. It is IP68 water resistant, which is pretty cool to see in a flashlight. So that means that you can plunge this thing in water and it should be okay at a certain distance. And it's cool that it takes a AA battery because that's like the most popular battery size out there. Screw this thing in and actually see what the light output is. Okay. Wow, you can see all of the grime on the desk and then just shining it into the lens. This thing is relatively bright. Here it is on like the moonlight setting, which is 5 lumens apparently. This is really good if you don't need super intense light. So for example, if you're reading a book or something like that, it's gonna be pretty decent. It looks like this thing does come with a double-sided pocket clip. So if you do have a hat bill, you can just clip it onto that. Or if you wanna just throw it in your pocket, no problem with that clip. First impressions, this thing looks pretty clean. It has this kind of glossy finish. And I really like the fact that they added this copper ring on the top of the flashlight. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a better aesthetic. The branding on here is pretty horrible, so I wish that was gone. But aside from that, I mean, not bad for $30. This might be a really good contender to the Streamlight Micro Stream. All right, next up we have the CRKT Squid. This was a $30 knife. It says it's an everyday blade. It weighs 3.5 ounces, so this is not a super light knife, but let's get right into this guy. And we have more of that dreaded clamshell plastic BS. Might just use the Moolah because this thing has a much sharper blade. This damn clamshell packaging is like the worst ever. Companies just need to do away with this. I know they want to showcase the product, but like, really? You really need to do that? Okay, CRKT Squid, here we go. So this thing is a steel frame lock knife. This one actually has a pretty decent action. And in terms of the overall size, it's not bad. I believe that will fit in the What a Slider, no problem. Action is not too bad whatsoever. I mean, it's not very drop shutty because this thing is probably on Teflon washers. But for $30 and having instant access to it, this is not a bad knife. Let's go ahead and throw everything into the What a Slider and see how everything fits. Oh, and I almost forgot the equalizer double finger nuck. This thing is gonna sit right here in the back of the What a Slider. Let's throw in the knife in one of these front mesh pockets. Absolutely perfect. We've got the Phoenix E12 that will go right next to the knife. So that fits in there really well. On top of that, we'll put the Gerber dime right here and then the chapstick, and voila, we have a loaded out pouch. I mean, it's not like the best. I would have probably wanted to throw in like a Zippo lighter, but the goal is to just get started. This is more of a beginner setup under $100. If we were to include the pouch, you're looking at about 160 bucks. And then of course the patches, you have to load it out that way as well. But overall, this is a very compact setup. I like the size of the knife. I like the size of the flashlight. We have chapstick that kind of goes uniform to that. And then the Gerber dime is around that same size as well. If you guys are interested in picking up any of these items, I hope I can find this stuff on Amazon. And if I do, I'll be leaving a link in the description below. But there's a $100 EDC loadout. And of course, I have to show you guys my primary knife. I've been using it all this video, the Pena Mula. Balin gifted this to me for my birthday early, so I want to thank him a lot for that. He's sitting over there editing right now. This is an awesome knife, and I'm super happy to finally have a Pena Mula in my collection again, because this is the #1 knife that I regretted selling. If you have any other budget EDC items that you want me to check out, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to read through those. Aside from that, thank you guys so much for dropping by, and I guess we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.